Been tinkering with my air compressor a little bit. That old thing is getting wore out. I guess I'll get started on my gas tank. I'm not going to show it again. I already showed in a previous video how to take this rear off. But I put it back together without replacing the grommet in the bottom of the fuel tank that's mounted under here. And I'm going to take it back off to stop it from leaking. I ain't even getting on the carburetor yet. Here's a grommet I bought yesterday at the auto lawnmower repair place. I don't even know if it's the right size. It looks like it's probably going to be. So we'll tinker with this a little bit today. I'll sit down here and take the bolts off, and when we actually get ready to repair the gas tank, I'll turn on the camera. But if you want to see how to take this rear off and unhook the wires under there, just look at my previous videos. I'm going to repair, or attempt to repair, this gas tank that's under the seat on my Sears tractor. I've already took the rear off. You can look at one of my other videos to see how I did it. But this one bolt here in this bracket, when you take it out, only one of those holes is threaded. So be sure you know whether your threaded hole is in the front or the back when you take it off, because if you put it back on backwards, you won't be able to bolt your seat down properly, or the rear end of the fender. I took 2 fenders out on the step over here, 2 bolts out of the step over here, and 1 out of the fender right there on both sides. It's just a matter of lifting it off the gas tank and lifting straight up, and the whole rear end comes off, seat and all. Of course, I had to disconnect this wire first, shove it down through the hole. That's the kill switch for when you sit on the seat. Thought I had that broke loose already. Alright. Take these 2 bolts out right here. I've seen several videos on gas tanks on YouTube, but not one showing how this is done. Most of them have those tanks that are up under the hood up there, the little white ones like that one laying right over there. Alright, I got those broke loose. The bracket's coming off. I noted that my threaded hole was on the front side. Now, these little foam rubber things on here are just a cushion to keep it from vibrating. These came loose here, so I held them down with duct tape as good as any. Now, what's wrong with my particular tank? If you got a hole in it, I don't know what to tell you, but see this raw gas here? It's seeping out from around this grommet here. I got to figure out how to get that grommet off. This is a new fuel line. I've already replaced it, because it was leaking too. Darn, got gas running down the back of the lawnmower. Oh well. Alright, I have my gas tank turned upside down in my lap. Like I told you, I had this thing off the other day. And at that time, I pulled on this rubber plastic fitting like crazy trying to pull it out, and it wouldn't come. I was afraid I would break it, so I stopped. Anyway, today we're going to take it out and replace the grommet. I got another one that's supposed to be the right one, but I don't know how to take it out. Let's just see if we can move the fitting up instead. After trying various methods of prying and poking and pulling and trying to get it out of there, I finally came up with a solution that you got to just get a firm grip on it with a pair of channel locks or vice grips and pull it straight out of there. Take the pliers and give it a little tug, I guess. You don't want to come out. All right, it came out. I was getting a little worried there. Hope I didn't stretch the hole too dang much. What'd you do with the new grommet, Walter? Well, the inside of the hole is smooth anyway. It doesn't look none too flat. I don't know if that's from me prying on. There people sitting on this thing for 20 years. We got the right size grommet. It fits in there nice. Well, rather than strain, oh, you can see right here. It looks like the rubber's a little damaged right here. That's why it's been seeping. Since that don't want to come out, we could cut it out, but I'd have to be careful not to damage the plastic. I will very gently cut it out. All right, firstly, I'm just gonna hope I don't cut myself. Cut close to the plastic without getting all the way to it. Maybe it'll stretch better and get off of there. In other words, just weaken that rubber a little bit. Getting mighty close to my thumb. Alright, I made a cut in it. I don't know if it's good enough or not. Okay, that helped. That grommet's no good anymore. Where's my rag? I had a rag here somewhere. There it is. Let's examine our fitting, make sure it's not damaged anywhere. I don't have my glasses on. Alright, we'll put it down in there. We'll lubricate this with WD-40 and shove it in there. If I can find the WD-40. Don't tell me I took it in the basement. Alright, how about a little 3-in-1 oil? Alright, I greased it up with 3-in-1 oil. Here goes attempt number 1. It slipped. Popped right in there. I've got it facing forward. This is where my fuel line was, and it feels snugger. Sure hope it don't leak. Well, for better or worse, whether it's fixed or not, the grommet's been replaced. It cost me a whole $2.50 for the grommet. Called him on the phone and asked him ahead of time if he had them, and he said yes. I said, how much? He said, about $2. Time I got there, the price done grew 50 cents. Guarantee you he didn't pay 50 cents for it. Well, everybody's got to make a profit. I wasn't sure where to get a grommet, but I figured the lawnmower repair shop probably fixes people's tanks all the time. He had a whole bag of these little dooflunkers. While I got the back off, let's look at the transaxle and examine that a little bit. Alright, what's on the agenda now is making sure my fuel line is downhill all the way to the filter. I don't want any, since this is a gravity fed tank. Might have to go get me some zip ties and arrange it better. I don't like the way it was draining the other day. Then I'm going to put my tank back on, put the rear back on. I can say I accomplished a little bit today. Just recap a little bit about what I've done so far. I know we need to start back on the carburetor. Got a new fuel line coming from the carburetor to the fuel pump. A new fuel line coming from the fuel pump to the crankcase for vacuum. New fuel line coming to the rear fuel tank with a filter in line, and we're going to get a shut-off valve and put here somewhere as soon as I get one from the store. I've got the fuel hose. Keep bleeding. Got the fuel hose strung. Well, I don't think it's rubbing on anything to amount to the yellow beam. Okay, I think that's going to be better. I didn't want this brake lever rubbing on it. Time to put our fuel tank back. Fuel tank sits right there. This wire goes across here, up through a hole in the bottom of the seat. Put my bracket that holds it down back on there with my threaded hole forward. Just a matter of putting 2 bolts in there, we're ready to put the rear on.